Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. I got the power somewhat situated. All this stuff is really backed up right now, and but I don't think it's because we are overproducing, but the backup is caused by this pack up of carbon that we have right here. So yeah, that's just spreading out through the factory. I actually think this is actually working out fairly well. I added an additional carbon machine to make that work. And yeah, no, things seem just perfectly happy and stable for the moment. I've actually let it run for quite some time now, just to kind of build up some items and materials, and things have been doing just fine. We have a lot of landfill now, which is very good. We've got some additional plates and stuff like that in our inventory. I've made some machines because I want to look into the next part of the whole resource gathering process, at least as far as it is for getting iron and copper plates. And let's see, I want to do that down here. Let's see, we got a ton of landfill right now. It probably won't last very long. But I'm going to go ahead and just expand down here a bit. Let's see, let's do it very slowly, very carefully. Yeah, let's just fill in all this so we have a little bit of place to work with. All right, so we've been doing this process right here that takes in mineralized water, which is basically just from crushing slag and mixing it with water. And then we're sucking the minerals out of that, which gives us a random chance of getting steatite or sapphirite. And it's been working okay. We've been crushing that and getting that, and that's good. But we need to modernize this a bit now that we have some more items at our disposal. Modernize, is that the right word? I don't know. This crystallizer also has some recipes that we can get sapphirite this way by doing mineral sludge. We can also select the mineral that we want to get. Bobmonium, which is for tin and silicon. Rubite, which is for lead and nickel. And then we can specialize in steatite or specialize in sapphirite, which is iron and copper. And this one is copper and iron. I believe that's as far as we can take that with this process. But this process right here, they all take mineral sludge, right? And it's actually a little bit slower. This is 4 seconds, while this one is 2 seconds. I'm not sure efficiency. I haven't ran numbers or anything. But the advantage this one has is this is going to give us a sapphirite every single time. And we can actually, with this process, I think we can actually run 2 of these crystallizers. So it equals out once we get one of these units together. But this requires mineral sludge, which is made in one of these. Right here. This is called a filtration unit, and it has this recipe called, slurry coal filtering, that takes in a charcoal filter, which is an interesting little item. I think we'll be able to make up a mini loop right there. Once you see how that works, it's pretty straightforward. This needs a slag slurry and also purified water. This creates coal. This creates the mineral slurry. Is that? Mineral sludge. Mineral sludge is what that is. I wish we could see the names here. We can't, for reasons. And it also creates this, which I believe is... boy, I don't remember. Let's see. We need one of these to clear it out, so this will tell us. Sulfuric wastewater is what that item is. So we need to get that into there. To reprocess that back, or we could clarify it. I think we'll get back to this though. We'll use that later in the process as well. So this guy requires purified water. This makes purified water. We also have a source of purified water over there, and it also requires slag slurry, which is created in a chemical plant. And let's see where to go. Right here, it takes slag and sulfuric acid and turns that into this slag slurry that goes into the back of this unit. This requires sulfuric acid, which is also made in a chemical plant. It's a little bit more complex than the sulfuric acid you're used to in vanilla Factorio, in that it takes sulfur dioxide gas as well as purified water. Sulfur dioxide gas is made right here. It requires sulfur and oxygen. Oxygen, if you recall, we have been burning off oxygen up here from this process. So we can nab that oxygen from up there to get those. Let's see, purified water comes from over here. And sulfur, sulfur is a byproduct of this. So I'm hoping that we'll have kind of a loop here where we can feed this sulfuric wastewater into here. That is going to produce purified water and sulfur. The sulfur we can put down here, purified water over in here. And I'm hoping that's just going to work out. We'll see. There's another byproduct we have here, which is mineralized water, which we use in a couple of other locations in the factory. So I'm hoping we can either just send that off, or if worse comes to worse, we can just clarify it. And then there's the matter of getting everything we need inside the loop to get it jump started. And we got purified water over here. I think we're going to borrow that. But as far as getting sulfur, that is yet another process. We can get it through that process, but we can also get it through this process right here, through washing. This one right here. Heavy mud water. That is going to create that little yellow, which is like sodium hydroxide. I really wish you could see the names. I really, really do. Hydrogen sulfide gas. We mix that with oxygen, and that'll produce sulfur. So that can probably get us enough to get the process started if we need it. And then once it's started, I'm hoping what we can do is just unplug this and move on to other things. Get rid of this, and this thing will run by itself in a loop. Kind of like we did over here with these guys. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see if that'll work. But, yeah, that's the plan. We need to try to get all these hooked up so that they make sense. Shouldn't be too bad. So let's go ahead, roll the intro, and we'll get to it. All right, so I'm just kind of moving stuff around here where it makes a little bit more sense. I don't know how tidy we're going to be able to make this, but we might as well try to make it as tidy as possible, right? What have I done? Stop. Control X. Copy that right there. Take you out, put you down. There we go. All right, so here's what I've got figured out so far. The wastewater, or the wastewater that's going to come out can feed directly into that. That looks good. And the slurry or sludge, mineral sludge, can go directly into there. That makes good sense to me. All right, so what do we got down here? We got all of these items. Oh, they went away. That's fine. Okay, so we got the slurry, or sludge, mineral sludge. What's that? Slag slurry. That's a nice one. Nice alliteration. That'll go into the back of that. And if I recall correctly, I don't think this needs any space. I think we can just have this right up here. Sulfuric acid, just sucking right into it, right like that. And I believe that'll be okay. Purified water needs to go there. It needs to go there as well. And purified water we have coming out of that right there. Take you out. You're no longer needed. To something like that. And I think that completes that loop. This can go off to be something else, or we can send it off to a clarifier, what have you. All right. You need the sulfur dioxide gas. Let's see. And I think if we just set that to sulfur dioxide... do we have to set it to sulfur dioxide first? and then bring it down? No, it's still considered fluid mixing. Unfortunate. Well, I think we can do it that way. Yep. All right, and then you need oxygen as well as sulfur, and I believe we can do just that right there. And pickup was right there. Drop, we want to make that into a long-handed drop, and that should get sulfur in there. We just need oxygen from elsewhere, and possibly some starting sulfur. All right, that looks kind of promising. Let's take all of this, and I think I'm just going to throw it in my pocket for a little while. I would like to turn it, and I know I could have just pasted it, but I already didn't do that already. Okay, yeah, I want to turn this. Like this, maybe? Right there. Right there for now. And the reason I was turning that was to give it a little bit more access to slag. Okay, so that should be that. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some oxygen. We'll send that in right there to get that process nice and started. Let's see. We're gonna need purified water to get this jump started as well. Let's take it. Just feed it from over here. Why aren't we getting any purified water? It's probably because the saline water is backed up. Let's see if we take that out and put it back. That'll give us a little bit. Maybe it's enough to prime everything. Maybe not. We'll just have to see. Okay, so that is all that. Let's go ahead and get some power poles in some positions. Is that it? Wow, this is coming along nicely. All right. I think we're gonna have to end up finally putting in a splitter here, just to split that off, and finally using an underground. I think it'll stretch this far. Yes, it will. Oh, you know, we're just in design mode right now. Get a couple of inserters, bringing in that good old slag stuff. All right, so what are we missing? We got oxygen here. Okay, we need sulfur. Sulfur. We got purified water. We got slag going in. Oh, we need to get these carbon filter things working as well. Let's come up here and grab some carbon. Or charcoal. Sorry, they're charcoal filters. We need charcoal. Let's get a box. Actually, I don't know. Do we need a box? If we just put a factory down there. Let's get some of these carbon filters. Where are they? Right there. Let's see, 5 of them. 1, 2. We'll do 10. You're going to make those, and you are going to pull from there and then just put in there. And I wonder if that is going to work. You make 5. That might jam. Let's do this a little bit differently. Let's yeah, you output into a chest, and you output into there, and you give into there. Okay, that will definitely work. And I'll just throw those in there to prime the system. You have slag. Okay, we're just lacking sulfur right now, and I think we're going to have to use this process. Let's go ahead and see what we need to do in order to get it going. You are going to make heavy mud water. We are going to need a seafloor pump. That is, these produce this viscous mud water, which we need. Let's see, we're gonna need a pump. Let's just make one. I'm sure we'll find another use for a pump somewhere, someday. We can't make one. What do we need? Basic circuit boards. All right, we should have a good, healthy supply of those right here. Yeah, 400 of them. I'll say that was healthy. How are we doing on these guys? 60. That's not very many, but we've got plenty of them up there. Not going to worry too much about it. We just grabbed 400 some circuits. All right, I'll get another pump. Actually, I don't like this. Let's put you, like, right here. Sea pump and water pump. And the reason why is that we have this other item here. Heavy mud water that we just need to clarify. We need to get rid of it. All right, and this is what we need. That needs to go into a chemical plant. And I guess we'll put it up here because I don't think there's going to be room for it down there. But you are going to need oxygen, which we have right there. And let's see, how are we going to fit all of this in here? Like that? All right, and we got some sulfur. Okay, let's just go ahead and prime that. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm really hoping this is able to form a loop. Let's see how things are going. You got sulfuric acid. You are creating your slag slurry. You are creating mineral sludge. You need charcoal. I picked up some charcoal. Well, we just never hooked you up there, man. Sorry. Throw some charcoal in there so that can continue to go. Yeah, and these machines, they take a filter frame, add charcoal to it, and create charcoal filters. This guy uses one, and when he's done, he sends the frame back out. So we're basically just recycling the frame and adding carbon or charcoal to it each time. So that should be a loop. I think we have 10 of them there. I think that should continue to go around. You guys, look at that. We've already got 20 sapphirite, which is very, very, very good. All right, and we're not quite done here. The process does not end here. Let's just take this part down a little bit, and let's get the next... Nope, that's not the next. We need another crusher. Where is that? That is right here. What are we missing? We're missing probably stone, is what I would assume. Go ahead and pick up iron plates. Got about 150 of each. Science is stalled. We'll make a small donation to the cause there. And throw all that copper in there just to make science continue. And let's see, what are we doing? Oh, we're building a crusher. Can we build a crusher now? Yeah, we can build a crusher. All right, so we want to crush that just like we did before. Where did it go? Right there. So we'll send the ore that we generate down here into this crusher. You are going to crush sapphirite. We're just gonna have to expand this over, I believe. And yeah, we'll have to rework, we'll have to rethink the way we do stuff here. But for now, we'll just need to get this big monstrosity down. Now, this is an ore sorting facility. It takes these base ores and basically translates them over into other things. So, for example, this guy right here is going to take crushed sapphirite, and it's going to produce 1 slag, 2 iron ore, and 1 copper ore. So I'm going to break them up into their individual bits. And I guess this slag, we can end up turning around and feeding back into the system. Is that the way that's going to work? I don't know. But that'll get those guys broken down. Let's see. What do we do from there? You're going to get stuck up with... you're going to get clogged up with stone. We could do something like this. Just to keep that from getting backed up. Okay, and you're going to have to output too. There's not going to be any rhyme to reason to the way that this stuff comes out. Let's see. I guess we could use filters. Filtered splitters to break them up into individual lines. For example, we could take off, let's see, what do we want to take off here? Let's take off, gosh, there's just so many things. Iron ore first. And then copper. And then we'd have slag. And I guess we could perhaps crush that slag. Or send it around to be recycled. Do I have any carbon? No. All right, let's go over here and grab some fuel, and we'll get all that stuff smelting, and see if that can't make the process just start, and go full circle. Let's see. I also want another chest. And, yeah, whatever we do with slag. Just for now, we can just pick it up and throw it in some place like that. All right, so what's not working? Something has stalled somewhere. Slag slurry is missing sulfuric acid. Okay, so we could probably... Are you not... Your sulfur is going out. I wonder if it's a diminishing returns thing. Oh, that's probably a lot of math. Oh, are we not getting rid of... We're not getting rid of mineralized water. We have it... We have it right here, but we're not sending it up there. Let's send it to there. That's what was wrong with the process. Our mineralized water was backed up. And that should eat it up, suck it up, and use it rather quickly. Alright, that was the problem. Right there. All right, this setup over here, don't look at it. It's not going to be long for this world. Okay, so I think all of this is working. Are you guys going to be self-sufficient? I'm hoping this is going to work as a big loop. Okay, and I think in theory we can actually run at least 2 of these off of one of these, because these make 100 every... they make 50 every 4 seconds. You guys use 25 every 4 seconds. So, in theory, that's the way that would work. This just needs a little bit of refactoring, but yeah, I think this is working. Yeah, it'd be nice to get this going a little bit faster. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode, where I'm sure we're going to be messing with this setup for a bit and seeing if we can't do some optimizations and get things running just a little bit more smoothly. But I'm liking where it's going. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.